Hello everybody, today we are playing Floating Sandbox, and we are going to be checking out this new ship I made, which is named after a close friend of mine. The ship's name is SS Scoot, and it is Dutch. It is based off an 1800s paddle wheeler, and as we can see here, the paddle wheel, it was kind of hard to make, but if we lift it out of the water here, it's easier to tell that it's a paddle wheel. So, this ship took about 20 minutes to make just to get all the proportions right. I might make an interior for it at some point. The ship is 5 decks tall, from the anti-fouling to the superstructure, and there is another wheelhouse deck right up there, so it would technically count as 6. The ship has 2 lifeboats, and you cannot see the other one on the other side. The ship has 2 saloon-class skylights, and that's about it. So, the ship is separated into 3 watertight compartments, so let's just sink this real quick here, just so you can get a good idea of what this ship is like. So anyways, the name Schut is Dutch, and I have nicknamed this ship the Duchess of the Seas, or the Duchess of the Loch, since this would be a ship that is possibly sailing around a loch, or in a river, or like a, what is it called? Yeah, sailing around something like a river or a lake. So, yeah, we can see the water closing over the flagstaff on the stern, and... Alright, let's load another ship here. How about we load the Titanic II Cutaway, which is a ship that I've been working on recently. So, this ship has been taking quite a while to make, and it's about, like, 60% done. There's quite a few interior spaces that I still need to work on. I need to add elevators right here by the grand staircase, and probably a few more areas with cabins. As we can see, we have, like, these engines, we have auxiliary pump right there, we have all these electric engines that would run the ship. And this ship is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 decks tall. So, ship is 16 decks tall, which is including the wheelhouse area and the bridge. And the ship has 4 masts and 2 flagstaffs, one on the bow and one on the stern. The ship is capable of generating Wi-Fi and internet connection through these small apparatus here by the funnels. We have a very large skylight over the grand staircase here, which goes almost all the way down to the anti-fouling. Over here we have a lot of first-class cabins, more first-class cabins, some dining saloons right here. We have a dance room, or a disco room. Here on the safety deck, we have lifeboats, plenty enough for everyone on board, and we have a recreation of the famous Scotland Road hallway, which was on the Titanic. So, the ship has a modern bulbous bow, but yeah, the back also has a more modern stern, a cruiser, or clipper stern, as you would call it. So, let's puncture a few of these compartments. A little aft there, 4 compartments, and we can see the ship is starting to go down by the head. So we can part some of these wires here, because realistically the wires would be parting to the strains of the masts. Oh, we see the ship splitting right in there. Let's see if it will split apart and recreate the famous story we all know and love of the Titanic splitting into 2 pieces. Though further evidence does show the Titanic split into 3, with the 3rd section being a very small section right in the middle that was pulverized during the breakup. So, might want to help this along a bit, just crack that. We see more damage generating. Back here, this staircase, it was meant to be a more like a display. There would be like paintings all along this wall and stuff. It'd be like an art gallery or something like that. But yes, this ship is a very modern creation. We have this part, which would have the little rotating thingy on it for like wireless communication. So we can see the stern is starting to rise out of the water. We can see all the second-class cabins are being lifted into the air as the bow plunges deeper and the stern rises higher. We have a few of these docking bridges on the back here. And we see the first funnel is about to submerge. So let's break that off here. Just like the one on the Titanic did. As in April 1912, as the ship sank, the first funnel toppled over, killing several hundred people in the water as they struggled. So we see the ship going full vertical here. And I already explained a lot how that's not very accurate to the Titanic in the last video I made. So here we see the second funnel splitting off, and let's help the ship split apart a little, and kaboom, there we go. We see the stern falling back dramatically into the water. We have had the double bottom separate, the bow is plunging for the bottom, the stern is rising, it is bobbing again. Let's see, is it going to fall back or is it going to go vertical? Oh, it seems like it's falling back. Let's part some more of these wires. And there we go, that'll about do it. And puncture a few more of these compartments to speed up the process a little. And there we go, the docking bridges are being submerged as the ship sinks further. And there we go. Well then, let's load another ship that I have worked on. Let's take a look at the Lusitania, which is a ship that I am much a fan of. And I did have another copy of this on another computer, but I lost it in the transition to this laptop. So, this ship has several historical inaccuracies, which I will have to take care of, but for now we'll just deal with them. The ship was torpedoed just about here, so let's make a few of those little holes where the torpedoes entered. And there are several survivor witnesses saying that after the ship was torpedoed, a second explosion rang out somewhere near the cargo hold, which is what that second explosion hole right there is representing. So we have the ship going down there. The ship does not have lists, or I mean this game does not have lists, so you can't make like a starboard or a port list. Since the game is entirely 2D, it's a particle simulator, but we can just imagine it. And if you do make a front view of the ship, you can simulate port and starboard lists. You just have to be creative enough with it. So, we are not seeing much flooding here. Ship isn't really going down. Puncture this forward compartment here, speed up the process a little. And here we go. We see it plunging now, quite rapidly as the ship did in real life. The ship sank in about 15 minutes, or 12 minutes if I'm being exact, I am not entirely sure. The funnels during the sinking did not fall on the Lusitania, and several accounts say that people in the water were being sucked into these big gaping funnel holes down into the interior spaces of the ship. So here you see it going full vertical, just like most of our ships do. We have the mast breaking off there. Break that a little bit, it's annoying. And there we go, we have the Lusitania taking its final plunge. Full 1997 Titanic vertical. And there we go. So, that's been all for today, and I hope you've enjoyed watching me play Sinking Simulator and my commentary. In the next video, I may be playing the game Minecraft and showing around my map that I've made on there. I play several different games, and I may extend the commentary of what I talk about over to those games too. Though right now I'm staying with Floating Sandbox, which is a game I'm very comfortable with talking about. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you have a good night, day, whenever you're watching this. But peace out.